How's it going, everybody? It's Stas here. So we're seeing one heck of a breakout in the markets today. The S&P's up 1.5%. The Dow's up almost 2%. The Russell is up 2%. And we have the NASDAQ 100 up 1.1%. And we have about 2 hours left in the session, so I want to break it down in this video. And like you all saw in the title, we're going to go over a couple of stocks as well that I'm looking at right now. So sit back, relax, take a sip of your coffee, smash the like button, check out my Patreon down below if you guys want to keep up with my trades, and let's get right into the video. So like I said, massive breakout is what we're seeing in the markets right now. SPY, which tracks the S&P 500, is up about 1.6%, up almost $7 per share. And like you all can see, we're completely breaking out on this 20-day 1-hour chart. And this is what I was talking about. This is exactly what I was talking about, guys. I mentioned the 180 SMA was resistance yesterday and pre-market today, and honestly the past couple of weeks. And I told you all, the second we break out of here, we're going to see a pretty big run overall, and that's exactly what we got today. And we also talked about yesterday in my night video that now that the Fed meeting's over, we got more clarity around tapering, and it's kind of like smooth sailing here for the next couple of weeks until the CPI data and the next Fed meeting. Now that we got the sigh of relief, I think the markets, I said this yesterday, I'm like, hey, the markets might rally, and that's kind of what we're getting right now. It's a sigh of relief rally, and it looks like this wants to push past even the mid 440s at this point. We're not there quite yet. I mean, we're testing 444, 445 right now, which was the low point from the 10th of September to about the 16th. So this is going to be a bit of resistance, as you all can see based on that trend line. But once we start getting out of there, 445, I'm thinking 450 plus could be around the corner, believe it or not. And like I said this yesterday, there's so much cash on the sidelines, I feel like. Every dip gets bought up pretty quickly, and that's kind of what we're seeing right now. So I'm going to put my alert mark is at or above $445 here on SPY, and make sure to subscribe to the channel because like we do every night, we're going to break down the markets more later tonight. Once everything is, the markets are closed, we get more price action. We take a look at how some stocks, we're going to look at how certain stocks did. So make sure you guys subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of the videos. So great breakout here in the overall markets today. Can't complain. I mean, if you're in the markets, long-term, short-term, whatever, you're most likely making some good money today, which we can't complain about that, right? So let's go over some stocks I'm looking at. I'm really eyeing up oil stocks right now, energy stocks, whatever you want to call them, /CL, which is light sweet crude oil futures. They're currently up 1.5% today, up over 1 point. Very, very strong day here for oil. It's up over $1 a barrel right now. And what you're noticing here is a clear breakout in oil. I mean, let me show you guys this. I'm seeing an inverse head and shoulder. Kind of, it looks a little bit weird, a little wonky, but for me, it classifies as a inverse head and shoulder. You guys can see it right here, right? Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. Now we're breaking out. We're trading above both moving averages. We're seeing a golden cross as well. And with today's nice rip, we're actually breaking out of the highs for oil from the middle of September, right around 72.90, 73 bucks. So this is a very good sign for the bulls in the short term. And mind you, we do have a resistance coming up, 74 bucks. That was where we struggled in the end of July. So that's probably going to be a short-term wall sticking point here for crude oil. But once we get out of there, which I suspect we will over the next couple of weeks, we're probably going to test the highs and maybe even break out of the highs at about $77, which were hit in the beginning of July, right? So keep your eyes out on oil. I mean, I see this inverse head and shoulder completing, which again will put it anywhere from $76, $77 per barrel. And now that oil's running, a lot of the oil stocks are running. I like Occidental Petroleum here, OXY. This is one we called out on Patreon a couple of days ago. And again, you can check my Patreon out down below. This one's currently up 5% right now. The inverse head and shoulder that we called out is playing out, and we're pretty much at the breakout spot as I'm making this video. We're up 5% right now, and we're retesting this 70, or why did I say 70? 28. I don't know why. Because crude oil is 70s, in the 70s. Oxy's not in the 70s yet. Maybe it will be one day, but right now it's at 28, and 28 has been resistance pretty much ever since the middle towards the end of July. So I think once we break out of 28 into 29, 30 plus, that is where the big move is coming for Occidental Petroleum. I can see it get to $30.50, $31. If it breaks 29, 28, that's the next target. And then if $30 and $31 break both of those levels, which was resistance mid-July, a little bit in June as well, once we start getting out of there, I'm thinking mid-30s is coming, 33, 34, 35. So there's a lot of upside in Oxy, in my opinion. XLE is another one that has a lot of upside. This is an ETF that tracks oil. I mean, a bunch of energy stocks, and full disclosure, I own XLE. My average is about like $48, $49 roughly. Now we're sitting almost at $51. So I bought this whole dip. Full disclosure, I was buying XLE even before this oil dip. A couple months ago, I started buying it. I think like 52, 53, and then it started dipping mid-40s. I started buying it, and this pays a nice dividend, about 4% right now, and it's fully breaking out. Very similar to Occidental Petroleum. We're seeing the inverse head and shoulder, left shoulder, head, right shoulder. We're trading above both moving averages. We're seeing a golden cross, and now we're testing a key spot to where I think if we break this 51, $50, which has been resistance for a couple of months now, I think XLE is going to erupt. I think it's going to rip low mid-50s at least. I mean 52, 53, 55. That is where I think it's headed, and I'm very glad that I picked up some shares. Good amount of shares, honestly. I have a decent-sized position in this. Nothing too crazy, but I have it at about, I think, like 5, 6, 7% of my overall portfolio, and I do own it in different accounts. So, yeah, I like XLE a lot here. Solid dividend. Oil's doing great. And Visa, guys, ticker symbol V. This is another one that I bought recently at $220.70. Now it's almost at $228, so we're looking good. We're up about $7 per share on that, up about 3-ish% overall. And the truth is, I don't plan on selling it anytime soon. This is a midterm swing. You know, now that we're breaking out of the 50 SMA, that's the first step of a reversal for Visa. You know, we broke the 50, which was resistance stemming back from late July, early August. We finally broke out of there. Now we got to break the 180 SMA. Once we start breaking into 230s on Visa, into the 230s, that is where we're going to get the big reversal, probably back to 235, 240, 245, and so forth. And this is one, believe it or not, a lot of people don't think averaging up is a good idea. I'm not one of those people because I might average up on this. Again, I bought at 220, 70. I might average up on this if we start breaking 230. So I'm going to put my alert at 230 for Visa. Let's see how it ends up doing. And the 3-year and the yearly chart, both of those look pretty good as well. I mean, you guys can see 3-year chart on Visa. Now that we're getting this nice pump, we have a nice green candle forming on top of that 50 SMA, which is strong. We've held that the past couple of years, many bounces on top of that 50 SMA. And on the yearly chart, you guys can see we successfully held the 180 SMA, which has also been support the past couple of months. So Visa looks good as more of a midterm swing, in my opinion, hence why I'm buying it right now and I'm holding it right now. And the last one for today is Mara, ticker symbol MARA. The yearly chart looks good on Mara. It's trading above both moving averages, which is solid. uptrend's continuing, which is very solid. And if I pop up the 4-hour chart, we're also holding above both moving averages. We're noticing that we're up about 5% today. We're seeing that breakout, which is very solid. And I'm keeping my alert at about $39 on this one, right? Once we start breaking 39, which was a sticking point in the end of April, early August, late August, even recently in September, just now, a couple weeks ago, we struggled at 39. Once we start getting out of there, I see a gap coming to $44, $45. I mean, Bitcoin, it should be reversing today. Crypto in general, we saw some rockiness, Bitcoin, China, but now Bitcoin's up 4%, Ethereum's up 4%. XRP's up 2.6, Litecoin's up 3. So we're seeing the overall Bitcoin or crypto market rather doing well, recovering, and I suspect that could continue here as pretty much all assets are recovering right now, which thus could push Mara past 39 into the low to mid 40s. So overall, guys, that is a breakdown of the markets, a little bit of what I'm doing with Visa, XLE, and just in general, some stocks that I'm keeping my eyes on. So if you all enjoyed the video, hit the like button, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of the content that I'm making here on YouTube. And make sure to check out my Patreon as well if you guys want to keep up with all my moves in real time, whether I'm buying call options, selling call options, which I've been selling a lot of call options recently rather, if I can even get my words out, guys. If you want to keep up with all my trades, long-term plays, options, all of that's on Patreon, link down below. Plus, I do a morning video there. You get private Discord access, more access to me throughout the day. Check it out. And you guys can get $30 from M1, 2 stocks from Webull, also linked down below. And that's it. I'll catch you all in the next video. I'll pop up the Fed breakdown video here if you guys want to catch it. I made that yesterday. Check it out if you didn't watch it already. I'll see you all in that video, in the next video, whichever video you watch. I'll see you there. Keep crushing the market. Stay safe out there, guys. Peace out.